up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Game of the Week show. I'm Matt, that's Dan, that's Ash.
Hello.
How the devil are you?
We're good.
Gentlemen
We're good.
and Ash.
Yeah.
Would it be gentleman and Ash?
Words, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Hair looks better today. I'm impressed. It meets the seal of approval. Yeah. Didn't even think about that when I made that joke. Wasn't really a joke, but it was a statement. Let's get straight into it today. We had a long episode last week, so we're going to try and be a little bit more efficient. We know people don't have time to sit around for 50 minutes. In fact,
especially listening to us three.
We've already got long enough. We should just have a series of like Snapchat and Vine videos, like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's more than enough that you need to see the three of our ugly mugs on screen.
Yeah.
But if you want to stick around,
Faces for radio.
I don't even have a voice for radio, so what do I do? This is a weekly show that the three of us do, where we get together every Monday to talk about the latest news topics and the biggest news topics in the video game industry. We'll then also have a look at the game releases for that week before each picking our favourite games of the week. So if you are a fan of video game conversations, news, let's plays and more, you can find out everything we do on our website, thegamerinitiative.com. The link to that is down below. So, jumping into the news this week. I say news, let's take it with a pinch of salt. It's speculation and rumours, but we like those just as much here.
We do.
In fact, they're normally more fun because it's before someone real and official comes out and bursts our bubble.
And to be honest, they probably make up more than half of the gaming news that exists anyway.
Yeah, no more do you actually see someone announce something and go, wow, we didn't see that coming at all.
No.
Everything is always leaked beforehand or reported beforehand. And this time we're talking about the Red Dead 3 map. So we've long awaited a follow-up to the Red Dead Redemption game on the previous generation. All three of us can safely say, I think it was the only game that did it all make our top 10?
I think it did. Well, the all-time... I think it did, yeah.
I think it did.
All-time favourite games, I think it did.
You have to find out those for the rest of our top 10s. You can find that out on our channel. Very good viewing. Last time I checked, I think Dan's top 10 had the highest view count, which I wasn't happy about. So I'm going to have to start clicking on mine to up the ante. But anyway, yes. So there was a post on NeoGAF last week where a user posted this map and quickly removed it, but obviously not before people could capture it, screenshot it, save it, and repost it.
Well, he was going off the story, he was told to take it down.
Yeah.
And so on, and then everyone unleashed a world of hate on him. And so on, because that's how the internet works.
I was going to say, a world of hate on the internet?
Yeah.
That's a weird concept.
I know.
I've never been shouted at on the internet or called mean things. Maybe it's just because I'm just such an awesome person, people can't say anything mean about me. So Tech Radar, they are claiming that the source, or they're claiming a source close to the development of this new Red Dead game, has confirmed that the map is the real deal. So that's exciting. We've all seen the map. Dan, you said that someone's done a comparative. We talked about in the bottom left hand corner.
Southwest, if you want to use
Southwest. Bottom left.
Yeah.
Still correct. What if North isn't going up on this map? That's how you traditionally have maps, but what if it's not?
Anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway, you see Great Plains, which is an area from the last Red Dead game.
Yeah.
So people put together a thing basically saying, this is where the old game was, and this is where the new game was, and look how big it is. What do we think of this map? Do we think much of it? Like it's hard to kind of always tell, like, until you get like a reference of how big the world's going to be, and at the end of the day, does the map really matter, or is it what's inside the world?
I think it's what's inside. I mean, like, to be honest, at the moment it's just a whole load of coloured sections and so on.
Yeah.
You know, like how in primary school geography they let you go nuts and colour in the countries.
Yeah.
That's what you've got at the moment. You have no idea what this means in terms of, like, the only thing you can look at this and basically say is, well, you don't have Mexico according to this map.
Yeah.
So
And there's a lot more water than we're used to from a Red Dead game.
There is.
there's a bit more this time, yeah.
Well, at least no one will get thirsty. That's the important thing. So if the rumours are to be true, this is actually going to be a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, which means spoilers for anyone that hasn't finished Red Dead Redemption, there is a possibility that John Marsden is still alive and well.
Well, if it's a prequel, I'd hope he is.
Well,
It would.
what if a prequel is before he was even born? Then he wouldn't be alive and well. How much, prequel is...
Fair enough, yeah.
So, more importantly, the question where I was leading to was, would you want another game with John Marsden, or... Because that's not traditionally what...
That's not the Rockstar way, is it?
If we look at GTA, you don't have your same characters. There'll be reference to that character by another character in the game, but we always have new protagonists.
So the actual storytelling perspective, I prefer it to be someone else, because there's zero tension if you know that character is going to survive.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like if you take the Star Wars prequels, for example, nothing that happened with Obi-Wan Kenobi mattered because you already knew how he was ending up.
That's true.
So it's pointless story, but you're just being shown the story for the sake of showing it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I think, we know Rockstar well enough to know that they probably will have a completely new character with a reference to...
I think it would work better because, like, the previous game, you had your different cultures with the Mexican border and so on crossing over into that. And you had someone for that mix. Whereas, like, basically looking at it, it's basically a take off Louisiana by the looks of this one.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, pretty much.
And so on. And that's a very different culture, very different style of person and so on that you would need to navigate that culture. And I think having someone different would make sense.
At the end of the day, all I really care from this leak is it's just another indication that the game is further along than what Rockstar wants us to think it maybe is.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that a map is something that you draw up very, very early, but, these things kind of linking and stuff, it's just... This game's got to be coming soon, right? I mean, GTA came out originally now 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's about time we had something.
I know.
Although, just a little side point is why it might not come quickly is GTA Online has now made Rockstar $500 million.
Good for them.
Just online. So they may not necessarily be abandoning that.
True, but you got to remember Rockstar is a huge company. We'll talk about more of their company later on, by the way.
Yeah.
But Red Dead would be Rockstar San Diego, whereas GTA is Rockstar North.
Fair
so
enough.
they, it's like saying, Ubisoft can't have this game because they've got Assassin's Creed or whatever. It's like, they do have lots of studios, but I see what you mean. There's no cash need for them to rush this game out. Let's put it that way. But as soon as we get a new one, I will be very, very happy.
You have to blur this out for advertising, like they do on the TV.
What? No.
We're not the BBC.
It's not like we're being sponsored by Pepsi and they want us to be... Although, if anyone is watching from Pepsi, I will happily take your sponsorship. In fact, that's embarrassing. I always give you shit for not turning your phone off. I would happily take a sponsorship. Important question though, before we move on. Pepsi or Coke? As a general rule.
Coke.
I don't drink either.
That's blasphemy. What do you drink?
But I drink on weekends.
The right answer is... Well, most people think the right answer is Coke, but I'm a big fan of Pepsi. I love the sugary overdose.
Anyway, this isn't the Pepsi challenge.
It should be. I could definitely do
you think if
a show about like confectionery and sweets and drinks.
Do you think if we keep mentioning Pepsi enough, we'll get the whole thing where they have to send us free stuff?
Yeah. Pepsi for the win. Next up on the news, we've got Titanfall 2. The teaser has been revealed this week. We had
It really is a teaser.
It is a teaser. It's a 44-second trailer. There's a voiceover, a South African voiceover, if that makes any difference to anyone. Where
I think it does because it helps make it a little bit more condescending. Like their accent, it just works. Where it's like, you want to be a hero. That was slightly off. I apologise.
It's better than I could do.
Better than I could do.
But that's basically it. It's talking about the risk of being a hero and how if you want to be a hero, you have to run the risk of dying, basically. And you see a Titan come into shot, and he slams this giant sword into the ground.
That's basically the big thing that they've been
saying. And that's everything
that's
been talking excited about. It's like,
oh, you have swords now.
So this is the thing. This is really weird. Is if you look at any kind of like game with guns, the idea of bringing in a sword, like the whole, you brought a knife to a gunfight, which is really stupid. But in shooting games, if you get the sword is like some sort of super weapon that like beats all guns.
Yeah.
Like that.
But I think that's kind of the way, like, it should be in a way, because I think some games it's too, hands off, trying to pick people off from a distance, staying in cover. Whereas, let's get back to that close combat.
Yeah. So I'm imagining that this sword is going to be able to like rip straight through Titans. That's going to be like the idea of it, I would imagine. It's going to be like
I guess so, unless the point is every Titan now is going to just have a melee weapon where you can just run up and start clubbing each other. you start off, you literally start off with like baseball bat, but in like massive form, and then you build up to the sharp object.
So we do know, one other thing we did get from this is that the full reveal, because let's be honest, this trailer doesn't really give enough to whet your appetite, but the full reveal will be coming on June 12th, which is the same day as the EA Play press conference event, which is they're now holding in lieu of being at E3, because no one wants to be at E3 anymore, because apparently it's no longer cool to be at E3, it's cool to set up your own show.
Until next year when it's cool to be at E3.
Yeah, give it a couple of years. But yeah, so that's not that long, well, it's just under 2 months, so it's still quite a long way, but it will come around quite quickly,
yes,
no doubt. And from what the rumblings we've talked about previously is that this game will be coming in 2016, kicking out Mass Effect Andromeda, which has been moved to 2017.
Bastards.
It's alright, you'll get over it. You've got Final Fantasy to play instead. It's kind of the same, right? It's an RPG.
I guess.
We also know, obviously, there's going to be a single-player campaign for Titanfall, and more importantly, it is coming, well, more importantly for Dan anyway, especially, it is coming to PS4 as well. No longer is it an Xbox One console exclusive.
I know, but if you're buying it for PS4, you kind of feel like you're cheating, don't you?
Yeah, you should really buy an Xbox One and play it on there, because it is the superior console.
Here's the thing, will it have cross-compatible multiplayer by the time it comes out?
Well, we do know it's possible now.
Yeah.
According to the old Microsoft gurus. But no, that's still 28. That's probably next gen, realistically, now. But one day we'll all play harmoniously. But until now,
it would be nice.
Let the console wars continue.
Yeah.
Some good news. We don't always just bring doom and gloom here. Evolution Studios, we talked about them 3 weeks ago now, where Sony brought a decision forward that they were going to have to close the studio. I am going somewhere. This is good news. People being closed down, losing their jobs. Evolution Studios is known as the developer of the MotorStorm series from last time out, and then more recently Drive Club, a game that Ash and I really enjoyed. And the good news is that these people have all been picked, pretty much all of them have been picked up by developer Codemasters. They've hired basically the whole studio.
Apart from Gary.
Yeah,
Gary!
no one likes Gary. He was a slacker. Couldn't even get the milk to coffee ratio right. God damn it, Gary. So yes, with them joining up with Codemasters, who are famous for their current series are Dirt, which we just talked about last week. I say we, mainly me. And the Formula 1 franchise. And they also do Grid, although we haven't seen a Grid for a while. They are a genuine racing studio.
Yeah.
That is what Codemasters do. They did make once Brian Lara Cricket. Do you remember that game?
Yes.
On the PlayStation?
Do you know what? I was just looking up.
I don't know the one on the Sega.
Yeah, when they were founded, because I thought, I'm sure Codemasters have been around just
they're forever.
years. 1986 they were founded.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've been going on a
I
long
thought
time.
I knew they'd been going a while, but God.
And yet,
96.
surprising how many people haven't heard of them.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
I think it's because they
British.
specialise so much in
British
they
as
do.
well.
British is best.
They're basically just sports games.
That's what they've always been, but
Yeah.
they've focused their... Basically, when they got the Colin McRae Rally Series, that's really where they kind of started honing in on it. And then they brought out the Grid, which kind of brought more of like the road racing and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm not going to give you I can give you a full history of Codemasters, but I'm not going to. But
That's good news.
yeah, it makes them now the world's largest racing-focused games company. That's their quote, but I'm going to believe them. But it is, just to make it clear, they don't own the name Evolution Studios. That studio does not exist, and they don't own the IP, so they're not going to be able to like start making more Motorstorm games or Drive Club games at this moment in time. Maybe they'll approach Sony and ask if they can buy them. Who knows? But more than likely, maybe the guys that have come off Drive Club, they'll maybe be used to bring back the Grid series, because that's a similar sort of race.
It's alright, they'll just make Drive Club.
Get out. But no, this is good news, and I think we talked about it. It was saying like Sony kind of risk losing talented people, didn't we? Because we said that some of them might move around and stuff, and that's exactly what's happened. Yes.
There's always going to be another studio developer that wants to pick up talented people to grow their business and improve their games. Take ideas from certain people, and
well, it just makes sense because we basically make racing games. Oh look, the studio that makes racing games has just closed down. Their staff need jobs.
But it's not as simple as that, though, is it? Because it's still, I think there was like 40 people at Evolution, so it's a big take on another 40 people.
I know the actual logistics aren't simple, but like on paper, it makes perfect sense.
It does make no sense, but like they didn't have to do it. It's not like Ash's bank go, oh, bankers have been fired. Let's hire those bankers because they're the only people that can do this job.
Yeah,
it's not quite that simple.
But at least here, you're buying a team of people.
That's good, yeah.
That work together, that know each other, that probably are on the same sort of level and understand one another when they're talking about things. So, you're buying a bundle, which is good to go.
And their morale is probably better now they're no longer working with Gary.
Exactly. Let's just hope that as well as Gary, the idiot that couldn't make coffee, they also decided to not bother bringing along the online infrastructure people. Or maybe they're now demoted to making the coffee.
Maybe that was Gary.
Maybe that was.
So, just out of curiosity, I could just picture it now. Which one of you is responsible for the Drive Club failures on the online part?
Like everyone just steps back.
Yeah.
Just like en masse.
Get out.
Let's be fair though, for all we know, that could have, there was definitely some blame laid at Evolution's feet, but we know the PlayStation Network, there could be some blame at the PlayStation Network as well. But good news, and it means we'll still continue to get plenty of awesome racing games, which I'm a fan of. Moving on, we have a couple of legal stories to get through this week. Again, 3 weeks ago, reminiscing on episode 90 of the Game of the Week show. We talked about Ark, Survival Evolved. You guys remember this?
Yeah.
There was a guy that joined from Trendy Entertainment, and they claimed that they stole him and stole his ideas, even though Trendy made, did they put it like mobile defense?
It was like a tower defense game,
or something.
It was.
It was like a completely different game. They've settled, surprisingly enough. Probably because, no one wants a court battle hanging over their heads. These things nearly always end in settlement. Not official, but the rumours going around are that initially Trendy Entertainment wanted $600 million.
Aim high, yeah.
And they got 40. So, in terms of what they wanted and what they got, it's a long way off.
Yeah.
But it's still $40 million.
And I'm just thinking,
$40 million, if that money's going into a studio.
That's a huge amount of money.
That's a massive amount of capital to be able to do something with.
Trendy aren't a big name. That 40 million is going to be hugely beneficial to them.
Yeah. But of course, when, it turns up with the CEO in like a massive luxury super yacht, they might be in trouble.
Yeah. I think 40 million, buy a super yacht's quite a good use of 40 million. Go sailing and stuff.
Generally, that's what you do with a yacht.
Yeah.
Yep. Not always. Some people just sit in the dock.
Marina.
But yeah, no real surprise. We said we'd update. But the good thing is that means that Ark...
Unless it's not been launched, and then it is a dock.
He's got a point. Ark will remain on sale. We talked that it might be pulled from sale. You don't have to worry about that. So you can go and buy the game or not buy the game.
And help them reclaim their 40 million.
Yeah. That basically means they need to sell another 1 million copies of the game, roughly. Which I think they already exceeded. So, but moving on to the new legal battle, the interesting one, much more interesting, now is Take-Two, which is the parent company of Rockstar, who we were talking about earlier. They are being sued by the former studio head of Rockstar North, talking about them, GTA, Leslie Benzies. He is he's basic. Yeah, I know Benzie's hair.
No, I was just thinking about the whole story.
Oh, but yeah, so he's basically the visionary behind GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas 4, and up until 5. He then went on a sabbatical. We assumed that it was, GTA 5 had kind of wrapped.
Yeah.
He'd been working for a long, long time, probably needed a break. And then eventually he never went back to the company, he retired. And again, you think, oh, well, he's made GTA, he's the studio head, he's probably made a fair chunk of change in his time.
You would think so.
Go and sit on a beach somewhere with your multi-millions.
Or take the millions to the beach.
Yeah, just chill there with it. Hire a bodyguard so no one steals it.
Do
Fine.
some super yacht.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he laughs at Trendy Entertainment's 40 million. Spits on it.
Yeah, he's got...
That's the boat that takes him to his yacht.
Yeah.
But apparently he's not happy with that. No, apparently he is claiming that he is owed in excess of $150 million in royalties, and that he was actually forced out of the company. He didn't choose to resign.
Yeah, apparently, and this is again all this allegedly stuff, he came back from sabbatical, couldn't get in the company building,
Yeah.
and then when he did manage to either be let in by someone or find a way in through, the side entrance, he was told to leave.
Yeah. So that's basically... But obviously there are two sides to every story.
Of course.
Let's read the official statements, and then I will get your thoughts on this. So this is what Benzie's legal team said, the official statement. While on sabbatical, Mr. Benzies discovered numerous deceptions on the part of Take-Two, Rockstar North, Sam Houser and Dan Houser, who sought to force him out of the company and terminate his portion of royalty payments based upon arbitrary actions by the company's Royalty Allocation Committee, a committee that may or may not have actually ever met. So, basically, yeah, kind of similar to what Dan said. In a nutshell, that's a very formal way of saying they screwed me.
Yeah.
So this is Rockstar's response. Leslie Benzies was a valued employee of our company for many years. Sadly, the events that culminated in his resignation ultimately stemmed from his significant performance and conduct issues. Despite our repeated efforts to address and resolve these issues amicably, both before and after his departure, Leslie has chosen to take this route in an attempt to set aside contract terms to which he previously agreed on multiple occasions. His claims are entirely without merit and in many instances downright bizarre, and we are very confident this matter will be resolved in our favour.
See, that's a sort of message to their shareholders more than anything, saying, we've done nothing wrong, don't panic, it was Leslie's fault, there's no blame on our side whatsoever. I don't know.
I kind of read that as a come at me, bro.
Yeah,
Considering how the last time their legal
pretty
statements came out with a lawsuit and said we're pretty sure this will be resolved in no time at all, and now that's going to court.
Oh, the old
Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. Yeah, that GTA 5 money is quickly going into other people's pockets, isn't it?
So good job they made 500 million on
I was going to
GTA
say,
Online.
yeah, this is a nip in the bud. So it will be really interesting to see how this turns out. I mean, your immediate kind of natural instinct is always to go, the corporate is screwing over the little lowly individual. But Benzies isn't a little lowly individual. He was the head. So I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to lean onto the side of Rockstar at the moment.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, that's a pretty firm statement. That's not just an open-ended statement from Rockstar. That's very specific in what they're saying.
Yeah.
That, that they've given you, there was discussions before, after, they've, tried this, it hasn't worked.
Yeah, it's the fact they come out and say performance and conduct issues. It's like there's not just skirting around a valued member of the company and obviously we valued his time here with it. It's not that. It's literally you're a good employee at the time. However, you started to fuck up.
Yeah, and you just basically
and you didn't fix it.
Maybe yeah, like he made so much money. I mean, it's easy for us to continue to work hard because we need our paycheck every month. But when you've earned multi-millions and you don't really need to be there, maybe that can affect you. But then you don't earn multi-millions without being career-driven. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Maybe they'll line the court sessions up one after another with Lindsay Lohan.
A couple of words in the
Just
last...
throw them in together.
just in that very last sort of paragraph, if you like, the last sentence, where it says that his claims are entirely without merit, and also that we are very confident. I mean, those two words, entirely and very, change the sort of confidence level from, not, his claims are without merit and we are confident. It's entirely.
Yeah. And the whole downright bizarre thing, because that's not a very formal thing to say.
Yeah, it's not.
But it almost sounds like they're authentically confused by this claim.
He's a bit nuts.
Yeah, it's like if that was 100% legal speak, it would just have been something on like his claims are unfounded or something.
Yeah,
they would have used that.
And we're confident of resolving this issue.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will be sure to bring you more as we find out more. But it's an interesting one. I want to find out a little bit more and see what's going on, because you always just assume that, I don't know, I mean, you like to think that everyone that's in a video game company likes to just make video games and everything's all very friendly and nothing goes on, but it's just like the rest of the business world.
As we have seen, it is a business, and Take-Two are a very big business.
Successful as well.
Yeah.
Closing out the news this week, we have a couple of upcoming releases. The first one is not yet confirmed, but heck, we don't need verified sources to talk about it here. The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, the second expansion on the already extremely, pretty much unnecessarily large game. Apparently this latest expansion will bring, I think we've talked another 20 plus hours to the game, and it's going to be coming on June 7th, which, if to be believed, is in about 3 weeks' time. So we will see. That kind of sort of makes sense. Maybe like 1 year.
3 weeks?
Sorry, I'm thinking we're in May. It's not 3 weeks. It's like 8 weeks' time. Yeah, I know. I wish it was May. I don't know why I wish it was May. Just because it's close to the summer. But yeah, so that will be on about the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, well.
Excited to get back into The Witcher and play more
Considering
Witcher.
it's coming out in the summer, that might actually give me time to play it. I bought the other expansion.
Have you played the other
I've not played the other expansion yet.
The Heart of the Stone, is it?
Heart of the Stone. Yeah.
Well,
Not touched it yet.
well, you've got...
But the thing is, I don't know whether I need to finish my replay through to be able to access it all, because it's like meant for like.
Because
it's meant for end game.
Well, you were sensible and had 2 saves, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't overwrite it, but the problem is because they changed a lot of stuff by adding in all like their free DLC and things like that. Yeah. It was saying like this save version is not compatible with blah, blah, blah. But as in like, I don't know if that means as in I can't use it as it is.
Yeah.
And I just have to be overwriting a lot of stuff. But I will find out when I actually sit down to play it.
You just need to finish the game again. It's only another 100 hours. What's the big deal?
I did it once.
You got a holiday coming up soon. Let's play it then.
Yeah.
We also have Severed, which is coming a little bit sooner. This one is coming in only a couple of weeks.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week. April 26th. This is the Vita exclusive coming from Drinkbox, the studio famous for Guacamelee, which was a very good game. This one is a first-person dungeon crawler. I'm not quite sold on the trailer, to be honest. The only reason I'm even moderately excited is because they made Guacamelee, which I loved. But
and you can see that art style in it.
Yeah, definitely. The art style is them all over. But, I don't know, were you guys the same? Like, I'm not really...
No, I have to say, from watching it, I was very... as in, it looks good in terms of visuals, but as a game, it's just like...
The fact that it's a sort of Vita touchscreen sort of...
I like that they're integrating the touchscreen stuff, as long as it works well with the rest of the controls.
It just reminded me a lot of Fruit Ninja, if I'm honest. It was just
colour palette and swiping.
And swiping and slashing with a sword or whatever. It's just, I don't know.
I hope it's good. I will try. I like the fact that, because this company could have made a PS4 game and made a lot more money, because they had big success with Guacamelee.
Yeah.
You know, Sony would have probably... Even if they'd gone to Sony and said we want some money, they would have even said that, because
it's like
they've
how
got
many
good
truckloads?
Exactly. And the fact that they're restricting themselves to the Vita community is, from business perspective, you might say it's stupid, but from a community perspective and like a gamer, you've got to actually respect that and say that. Though that, because that community is pretty hardcore. I think that console has like the largest attach rate of any console ever. I think when I last read, this is about a year old now, but I read that on average, I think the attach rate to a Vita is like 16, which basically means on average every single Vita owner has at least 16 games, which might not sound a lot, but you know,
I've got double that easily.
yeah.
Oh, of course you do.
And just to clarify, this did not include PlayStation Plus purchases because they don't count in the attach rate because that's
Yeah.
But yeah, it was something ridiculous like that because like most consoles have an attach rate of about like 6 or 7 or something. So anyway, look out for that next week if you're a fan. All looking forward to it. And then finally, we've got Shadwen. Shadwen. This is from developer Frozenbyte, made the game Trine, if you're familiar with that. This is a Assassin's Creed inspired stealth action game, and it features some time rewind mechanics similar to Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear Assassin's Creed and Prince of Persia, I'm automatically like, fuck yeah,
What
I'm
is
on
this
board.
game?
I'm on board.
Yeah.
So it's very stealth heavy in the fact that apparently if you get caught, it's game over. You start again. Which Dan said was, what did you say?
Basically like the first Assassin's Creed games. It's like in the stealth missions, the moment you got seen.
Yeah.
But it was infuriating in places.
Yeah.
But this game gives you the rewind feature, so hopefully there's no, mission fail, fall down, load screen, you're out the game. You can just rewind and start again.
Yeah.
So as long it's all about keeping you in that game. And apparently time only moves when you do, which is similar to that. Was it Super Hot, that first person shooter? we
Yeah,
saw?
that shooting game, yeah.
Something hot, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks quite cool. I'm intrigued.
I like the concept.
It's coming in May. We don't have an exact date, but that's where they're targeting. So
That's next month, just so you know.
cheers, mate. The month after this one, yeah?
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
So those are a couple of games and an expansion, which is as big as a game to look forward to in the coming months. One for April, one for May, and one for June. And now we can move on to the video games of this week. If you don't want to wait for any of those, there's not much. I'm not going to lie.
It's a very...
This is probably the quietest week we've had, possibly since we've been doing this format where we go through every game.
Yeah.
Disregarding like the weeks over like Christmas and New Year, which we don't normally do.
I think we might have had 1 week very similar to probably around this time last year, in fact.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because like last week we had like loads of games, and next week for us poor UK souls, we don't get Ratchet and Clank for another week, even though it's already out in America. So we have to make do with these. We do have one big AAA though this week, which is Dark Souls 3 on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. This is a follow-up to previous Dark Souls, very similar to Bloodborne. One of Ash's favourite games. He likes a good hard RPG. Is this one you're gonna pick up, do you think?
No.
You might be able to get slightly further than the first 5 minutes.
I love the look of these games. They're just so... I just can't play them.
You don't have... I know what you mean.
I don't have the skills.
I'm exactly the same as you. It's not... I don't think I'm bad at video games, but this is a game where it's just renowned to be hard, and you basically... You have to accept you're going to fail a lot of times before you eventually become good.
Yeah.
And I just want games to be fun.
Yeah, same.
Not... I mean... They do say though, with every defeat, it then makes the ensuing victory that much more.
Oh, it does. It does.
Enjoyable.
Definitely. It does.
But I feel like this game wouldn't just cost me £50 because I'd probably break about 5 controllers.
Yeah.
I do get a bit of game rage. So.
But no doubt, I think the
it's reviewing very well.
Yeah.
They always
Dark
seem to do.
Souls has a huge following. You know, it's a big name. It's a household name in terms of games, and I think it's going to sell a lot of copies.
We have on the Xbox One Minecraft Story Mode for Complete Adventure. So the 5th and technically final episode released a couple of weeks ago. So this is a bundle where you can buy all 5. It has actually recently been announced that Telltale are going to do 3 DLC episodes. Not quite sure what that means because DLC means downloadable content, and all downloadable content because that's how digital game works now. DLC is such like an old term now, really. But yeah, there's going to be 3 more that are coming at some point this year. But the main story, from what I gather, has concluded. So
Are they standalones or are they all connected? Do you know?
the new one's upcoming. I have no idea.
Alright,
Because it's Minecraft Story Mode and I don't really care. Do either of you care anymore for...
No, I'm pretty done on Minecraft.
Yeah. I just don't really feel there's that much. Minecraft is a game that doesn't need a story, personally.
Yeah,
I mean, it might be good, but yeah.
I agree.
Moving
Gear
on.
Gauntlet on the Xbox One. This one looks like sort of like a
Maze Runner.
A maze
Yeah.
runner, yeah. You control this gear. You'll see it on the screen going through like a rotating world, having to avoid kind of sharp blade spinning objects, collecting other things and
Yeah.
stuff.
There's basically no boss or enemies or anything like that. It's literally just avoid the obstacles.
But it looks
Find your
very
way.
fast, very intense. I quite like it. It looked quite cool.
I like it. I mean, out of the games this week, it's definitely sort of up there on the top sort of six,
Definitely cracks
7.
Definitely cracks the top 6.
No, it's
We only have 6 games.
it does look good.
I like how you're like 6 or 7. I was like, that's a bit hard.
I was like, how many games are there this week? Yeah, it does look a good game. I think, yeah, you get a few hours playing it, I think.
Yeah.
You would.
On the PS4, we have Stories, The Path of Destinies, which looks like a fun kind of action platforming sort of game. It reminded me of some reason, like the character is like a fox by the looks of it, but it reminded me a lot of Sly. The trailer we watched had a lot of humour in its narrative story.
Yeah.
It just looks like a fun game where you can basically be good or evil, and you decide. There's many destinies, I think is what they say,
Yeah.
and like you can choose how you approach the game, and that will.
And you can learn from your mistakes and stuff because it will take you back and.
Yeah,
something.
it was the
Yeah.
same
It
with
makes you
every,
stronger.
with every death you get stronger.
with every
and
death you get an additional power or
So-
strength, yeah.
It's kind of similar almost to got some light roguelike elements in there.
Mm.
One game that has heavy roguelike elements.
Just a few.
Coming in at number 7 on our list this week is Risk of Rain on the PS4 and Vita. This is a 2D platforming roguelike, not quite dungeon crawler, but very sort of similar. You've got permadeath, one life, one goal, and that goal is to survive.
Yeah, it's
Very, very simple art style.
It's just go as long as you can kind of thing. There's not even like an exit point or anything like that.
No. It's like, how long can you survive? Which, I mean, there might be more to this game, but it didn't really intrigue me. There's plenty of other games like this that
There
appeal
are.
to me more.
There are. Yeah, I'd agree.
And the final game this week we have on the Vita, showing the Vita some love, Skullgirls Second Encore. We may have heard of Skullgirls before. We've talked about it definitely on this
Yeah.
on this show. It's a fighting game with some female characters, surprisingly, and yeah, they look angry.
It's a bit sort of Street Fighter-esque, isn't it, in the terms of style and...
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like a cartoony, not quite anime
It's
art
not
style.
quite anime, but it's...
but-
yeah.
Sort of half and half, isn't it?
Yeah, but it looks fine, and it's always good to see new games come to the Vita. It's the first time that Skullgirls have been on the Vita, at least this side of the world, anyway. So that's it. Really is a light list this week. So Dan, we're going to give you the tough task of picking first. If you had to pick a game this week, what would you pick?
I would pick Stories, Path to Destinies. I like the humour out of that trailer, and so
Yeah.
I'd like to see how that develops, whether it carries through properly into the game.
Yeah, fair enough. Ash?
For me, Gear Gauntlet this week. I think, I'd get the most hours out of it, I think, in terms of a game.
You think you'd get into multiple hours?
Yeah, I probably would. And probably a bit more rewarding maybe than what Dark Souls would be.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think Gears Gauntlet looks like a fun, fast-paced little game where you could just kind of just sit on your sofa, just sit back, relax with the controller, and just maze your way through.
Yeah, exactly. It's not challenging, but not...
Yeah, one of those fun little party games. You can
Yeah.
just easily jump in and out of.
I think
because
so.
there's no real story that you have to worry about. It's just pure gameplay. Not that I mean, if you're going to go for a game this week and you are a Dark Souls fan, then obviously Dark Souls, or you're a fan of that. If you like hard games, then nailed on. But just not one for any of us. So that's it for this week. We were a little bit shorter, but not much.
We were, but it kind of makes up for being very long last week.
Yeah, short and sweet. Well, not quite short and sweet. But that's it. Yeah, let us know in the comments down below what you think of these ongoing legal battles. Who is in the right? Who is in the wrong? Are you excited for a new Red Dead? What do you think the map? Is there something in the map that we haven't said and we've maybe missed that kind of gives some hint of what's going to be going on?
We didn't talk about the link between that and Mafia 3.
We didn't, but it's too late now. There's a bit in the map that looks like Mafia 3, same location, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's it for this week. Let Ash know that Dark Souls 3 isn't as hard as he fears it will be. Convince him to buy it.
I'm going to speedrun it.
Good luck.
I'm not.
I was going to say speed run. No, that. If you ever want to feel really bad about yourself as a person, go and watch one of those videos on YouTube where you see people beating like Dark Souls with like a drum kit.
Yeah.
That's when you feel like, okay, yeah, I'm just not as good as well.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Ash.
Cheers, guys.
And everyone out there, thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.